So this is going to be the easiest and quickest way to learn how to fight Southpaw. Or if you fight Southpaw and you want to learn to fight Orthodox, the same logic applies. So here, for example, if you're trying to work on throwing a jab from Southpaw, the best thing to do if you're Orthodox is get in your Orthodox stance, Orthodox position, and throw the jab a few times. Then when you've done that, all you need to do is change to Southpaw. So you're coming from Orthodox to Southpaw and start throwing the jab there. And you want to almost replicate the same feeling when you were throwing Orthodox in your normal stance. So I'm Orthodox, throwing here, okay, double jab. Now move to Southpaw, same here. So you want to focus on, are you getting the same feeling, the same explosiveness? Does it feel right or does it not? And if you're throwing the jab on Southpaw and it doesn't feel right, you go straight to Orthodox and throw again and focus on what you're doing. You know, how's the shoulder popping? Are you fully twisting over? You know, when you're throwing this, is your right hand staying up? You know, so you come here, focus, okay, my left hand needs to stay up. That's what I was doing on Orthodox. You know, I'm popping that in. So that's what you do there. And then it's the same for the right straight. You're here, front right, focusing on how it feels. And then same again, you just move straight over to Southpaw and throw that in there. How does it feel? Does it feel right? Does it not? If it doesn't, and just keep going back and forth. And then you do the same with the 1-2. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Straight to Southpaw. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. And the more you do that, the better you're going to get at fighting Southpaw. And it's the same for the kicks as well. I mean, if you're a kickboxer or a Muay Thai fighter, you tend to have different flexibility in your hips. So you also, if you fight an Orthodox and you're fighting an Orthodox fighter, to land the liver shot, you pretty much either do a switch kick or, of course, just fire in from there. But if you're fighting Southpaw, of course, your power kick is your back kick. So when you're fighting Southpaw, you then have the ability to launch in that kick straight into the ribs. So you're flying it in. So it gives you more angles. And again, if you're just fighting in general, you know, of course, you're predominantly going to have one stance. But to be here, you know, fighting, and then just to be able to just swap into Southpaw just to throw a kick, or just to throw a left down the middle, you know, being able to throw shots from different positions, it's going to help massively. It's also the same with the footwork as well. I mean, whilst you're, you know, bouncing around on your left, you know, an Orthodox position, it's as simple as just changing to Southpaw and mimicking what you were doing on Orthodox. You know, the patterns, the movement, you know, the head movement, the hands, being light on your toes. That's one of the hardest things, is actually getting your footwork right when you're fighting Southpaw. If you're used to fighting Orthodox, it's very, very hard to be bouncy and to, you know, have the right footwork. But again, it's just moving around. And if it doesn't feel right, again, just move to Orthodox. You know, refocus on what you're doing, what your movement is, how you're bouncing back and forth, and just swap. And it will feel awkward, but the more you do it, the better you get. So it's not going to be a overnight fix. You're not just straight away going to learn how to fight Southpaw. It takes a lot of muscle memory, a lot of practice, but it is the quickest way. If this tip was helpful, like and save the video, and do me a huge favour, please subscribe to the channel.